Snapper! Greetings, I'm Rob Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And we're here at sunny Andertons.co.uk in
It is
Guildford.
sunny. It is sunny today, isn't it?
Yes,
We're enjoying the very last of our British summer here.
Yes, I think ESP LTDs have brought the sunshine to us.
I certainly think they have.
Lee, what are we demonstrating today?
Today is an epic day for us because after many years, 20 years, I don't know, of LTDs being made in not in Japan, and
yes.
ESP being made in Japan. Yes. I was going to try. LTD has obviously been made in a number of different countries, but not one of the places it's not been made before is out of the custom shop ESP factory in Japan. They have decided, taken a sort of a corporate decision. From what I understand, at least, that the ESP want to go back to their real roots as a custom shop. So really, giving guitar players all the spec options when they want to build a guitar. What inlays do you want? What fretboard do you want? What pickups do you want? Blah blah blah. And that what will kind of replace the lower end ESP, the sort of production ESP. I've done it again. Shoot me if I do this again. And so LTD Elite, which I nearly did. You see, I stopped myself. LTD Elite has been a new brand, if you like, to replace the sort of lower end ESP. So LTD Elite is made in Japan. It's a sort of you're not going to have the custom spec options that you would do on a full ESP guitar. So it's kind of, there's production made guitars and the choices that you get are what you get.
Yeah.
And then ESP is going to go back up to doing pure custom shop.
So it's more of a rebranding shift, because obviously the LTD Japanese are made in the Japanese ESP factory.
LTD Elite, they'll be called.
Yeah, are made in the Japanese ESP factory.
Yeah.
So really the same factory, the same staff, the same materials.
Yeah.
So it's just a branding shift.
Yeah. So if your guitar says ESP at the top of it, I suspect that from probably 2014 and onwards, you can safely presume that buying an ESP guitar is going to cost you probably upwards of £2,500.
So anybody with a big collection of ESPs is going to go, yeah!
Yeah, they probably are, in fact. No, I'm the captain! No, I'm the captain. And then essentially the guy that just wants a production Japanese type quality ESP will go for LTD Elite.
Wow.
So all the LTD stuff, from the LTD 50 up to the sort of LTD 1000 series is carrying on. But as you guys know, those ranges sort of finish about sort of £800 or £900. So LTD Elite is going to come in now round about the 1200-y sort of mark. Again, go to the website, the Andertons website, and you'll be able to see all the exact prices and finish options.
And very excitingly, with this shift in the wind, ESP LTD are bringing out a new model called the Snapper, but actually it's not really new.
We're talking about LTD Elite now.
LTD Elite, yes. Because ESP own a couple of other brands, one of which is called Edwards, and Edwards is a Japanese brand made in the same factory. It's really, really high class. They make some incredible replicas of the old Les Paul.
Yeah.
And the Snapper has been one of the mainstays of the Edwards range, and now they've brought it to us.
So yes, within the LTD Elite range, you're going to get your butt crack out. Nice.
LTD Elite Snappathon.
snapper thumb. We'll get some proper good close-ups of these for you to see in full HD 1080p. But for now, we're just going to kind of talk you through the appointments on these guitars and perhaps talk about the the Eclipse thingy once.
Don't put them in a wheelie bin. It says on the
Yes,
back.
do not. This is the crazy, stupid thing. If you live in the EU, we have to put stickers on these now saying, please don't put it in wheelie bins, because obviously people don't have the common sense to not do that anyway.
They might burn.
Just
it says made in Japan, designed and built by ESP.
I'm the captain. No, I'm the captain. Essentially, this is obviously a super Strat. Alder body, sort of maple veneer on the top. Maple neck. I like what they've done. I don't know who's stolen whose idea here, but it's become quite fashionable now to have a gloss finished fretboard and a satin finished back. So
I think that was a Fender thing.
well, it was definitely was a Fender thing, but I don't know if they stole it from someone.
Right.
Fender definitely did do it on their American Strats recently. So we've got a real Floyd Rose trem system, some Seymour Duncan pickups that again we'll put the spec in the comments section below.
My favourite kind of adjustment place for the truss rod.
Yeah, why doesn't everybody do that?
I don't know. Why don't I do that?
Cool, you know, sort of recessed again heel joint. Again, we'll get a close up of that, but it's sort of a 4-bolt neck design, but with the sort of the heel joint sort of cut back to give it
Reassuringly weighted.
Yeah, it's not as light as you would think it might be, is it? But some people like that, some people don't.
The other thing is it's really, really tidy.
Yes.
I mean, everything is crisp and perfect and shiny and glossed. There's not a single thing out of place. There's no finish, chipped.
And in terms of colours, you can get red snapper, blue snapper, yellow snapper, any colour snapper. Sorry.
What are you talking about, Lee? Look, have you noticed how wonderfully balanced in colour
if there was a white one as well, and that would be truly British, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be truly scrumptious.
Truly scrumptious.
Try saying that again.
I can't. Truly scrumptious.
Yeah.
Also want to show you though, I'm going to hang this back up now if I can reach. Oh, I can't. Oversight. Obviously the Eclipse, or the which I believe is now classed as an LTD Elite EC1.
Oh really?
Now the Eclipse has a couple more options available on it. You can buy it as a 22 fret Seymour Duncan loaded Eclipse.
Yeah.
So probably your vintage Les Paul kind of guy.
Which has got to be much better than EMGs, because EMGs are rubbish, aren't they?
No. Well, that's a good shout, because I saw this guitar coming with EMGs, and I just thought, you know what, every video that I watch at the moment, or forum I go on, there's an anti-EMG sentiment. Not everybody, but it was only a few years ago, it was kind of like if a guitar had EMGs on it, it was like, must be amazing then. And like more recently, everyone's kind of gone, oh, I don't like EMG. Or some people.
What's the point of EMGs, Lee?
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. I thought, what is the point of an EMG, an active pickup? I'm going to phone up the guys in the UK and say, you know, what's the point of EMG? And they went, just a good question, I don't know. I'm going to go to the EMG website and find out even more. So there is a page, it's a long old page on the EMG website, and it's buried a bit deep, but you can find it. And essentially it talks about this concept of trying to move away from a pickup that uses large pole pieces, large magnets for the pole pieces, because essentially what happens on a sort of traditional, and this Seymour Duncan pickup over here is a good example, that where the pole piece is directly under the string, not only does the magnet pull on the string, which reduces the string's natural ability to sort of vibrate and resonate, also as you bend the string, particularly on a neck pickup, you'll see that actually the string at some point moves away from the pole piece. Kind of, if you bend it a lot, it sort of moves over to the next pole piece, but there'll be a sort of a spot in the middle. Now again, let's be fair. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix, and like have all used single coil, pole pieces, and you don't sit there kind of going, I notice his tone dropped out as he bent that E string. But the concept of the EMG is that it's a bar, a constant bar that goes across. So essentially doesn't use pole pieces. I'm actually, whilst saying this, of course, this particular guitar appears to have pole pieces on it as well. So I'm obviously talking about things like the classic EMG 81 and 85 pickups, where they are a true sort of bar pickup. So the other reason for having an active circuit in there is it means that they can use a very small bar, a small magnet bar. So again, you've got, not only have you got less resistance pulling down on the string, less magnetic pull, on the string, you also don't have any sort of dropout as you bend the string across. And then the active element is EMG actually sort of voice the active pickup for the type of output that you want. So your EMG 85 is a high gain, the preamp is going to chuck out a lot of gain, but that's not to say that all EMG pickups are like that. At something like the Dave Gilmour set of EMG pickups, for his Strat, quite clearly are not voiced to sort of send the amp into overdrive as soon as you start playing anything. So all I wanted to do, without going into too much detail on that, because this is an ESP video, not an EMG video, is just to say, before you make a sort of a judgment about, I won't like an EMG pickup because I read somewhere once that it's just good for metal or whatever, take a look on the EMG website. Read it, understand it yourself, take a look at the actual different EMG pickups that you can buy, and then make a judgment, and then still go, I still don't like it. No.
I think what it is that people, when they hear the word active versus passive, they immediately presume that passive is a more natural, clean sound. The thing is, the second you plug into an overdrive pedal, or any pedal with a battery in it, immediately that whole argument is debunked.
Or any modern amplifier with a high gain channel.
Yes.
Because all you're doing is lumping more gain into your amplifier.
So it's just what sounds nice to you.
So we're going to plug this in. As I said, you can, if you want to go purist, you can get the EC1 with Seymour Duncan's in a 22 fret version, or you've got EMGs in this in a 24 fret version.
That's cool.
Again, in terms of timbers, mahogany body, mahogany neck,
flawless construction.
Top. So no prizes for guessing kind of what guitar has inspired this.
And
one.
I love the brushed steel-looking pickup covers.
Now this reminds me of the sort of ashtrays you used to get on the back of a school coach. Do you remember when it used to be okay to smoke? Yeah, you could smoke on a coach trip, and they used to have like the ashtrays on the back of the chairs. Anybody who's about my age and ever went to school and went on a coach will know what I mean. So, or aeroplanes, old aeroplanes, and then you just push this in, and then you just put your cigarette ash in there. But ESP have kind of converted one into a battery compartment.
They've had that for ages.
Really?
I'm surprised you've never seen it yet.
I've only ever seen the plastic clips that kind of come out the cheap.
I've had that for ages.
That's really nice.
They are really, really cool, aren't they?
I might start smoking again, just so.
I never knew you smoked. Don't do that, children.
Long time ago, yes, back in the day, before I cared about my health.
Yes.
Not that I do.
Anyway, why don't we play them?
Let's do it! Just wanted to mention, because I didn't really cover it clearly when we were in the other room, the EMG pickups are on this are a set called the 57 and the 66. They're a relatively new EMG design, and they are much more kind of your classic Alnico vintage sort of sounding pickups. There's still the benefits of obviously the active circuit, so hopefully lower pull on the strings and less background noise. but nothing like as gainy as the 81, 85 kind of set that you might see on other guitars, or perhaps the famous EMG sets. So let's have a listen. This is like a layered tone of a Marshall and Orange. Marshall, the slightly more crank sound. So what does the Marshall sound like on its own?
I'll take both on.
And then what's the Orange sound like on its own? So purposely went for the sort of the lower drive on the Orange sound, but layered up together. Sounds epic in here, I tell you.
Great pickups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like them?
Yeah, really like them. Yeah.
Cool. Well, it
responsive.
should just have a little bit more dynamics to them than perhaps the set that you're most used to seeing EMGs.
Yes. Well, I'm incredibly amazed and excited that Japan are now making these incredible new guitars.
Yeah.
It's awesome. The quality is second to none, as you'd expect from ESP, LTD.
Yeah. These are definitely, I mean, particularly the ST series, the Snapper. I kind of think, I don't want to, drop other brands in here, but I think they've definitely probably got a Sir sort of Anderson kind of in their sights, thinking, you know what, we can do a kind of a, sort of contemporary looking modded up sort of super Strat for perhaps, substantially less money than maybe some of those brands are coming out the States for, without really any...
Talking of money,
How
much is the Snapper?
I knew you were going to ask me that. These are about 1,200. These are everything in the LTD range is around about the sort of 12 to 1,300 mark. You can basically find all the details of spec. You're probably thinking, what's that? Well, it's a JB. But if you want to find out what that one and that one is and things like that, you'd need to go to the Andertons website, because that's where we put all the spec for all the stuff we video.
They come in all of the colours, don't they?
They come in blue snapper, yellow snapper, red snapper, and probably, I don't know actually. Yeah, go to the Andertons website. There's links in the comments section below, or in the description section rather. No, I'm the captain! No, I'm the captain. And of course, for that fantastic price, they also come with a hard case as well.
A hard case, you say?
Let's stand by our amplifiers.
Stand by me, and I'll be your friend.
Anyway, we've got another video to do. So
We
I've
have.
been the captain.
I better sign out as well. I've been Chappers.
Goodbye.
Bye.
No, I'm the captain. I am definitely the captain.